just got off your set tonight, but you had last night played a set with Marten Horger. How was that, and how long have you known Marten?
It was so sick. I've known Marten, I think, since I started DJing, but it was our first time doing back-to-back, and first time we ever DJed together, and it was so magical.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, we saw it. It was amazing.
I honestly had the time of my life. I think I was smiling the entire time, so.
Yeah. So how do you like doing like back-to-back sets in general? Do you think you could ever picture yourself being in a duo where you're constantly playing back-to-back?
I think I thought about this. I think with a duo, it's fun because it's like, I think it's a little bit less pressure on you as an artist to like do everything.
Yeah, totally.
But I think I am someone that like really likes to plan things out and like be the creative director of like everything I'm doing. So I like to be very hands-on. So I would definitely not be in a duo, but I do love being able to like do the back-to-backs because like it brings such a different energy. Like with Marten, we played a bit more of like a housey set. Doing a back-to-back with Jessica Otterfred coming up. So we're gonna go like very heavy, and I think it's gonna be a really fun way to like express myself in a different way.
That's gonna be a great set.
Yeah.
So you've been on tour with Arm & Hammer. Speaking of duos, how has it been just being on the road with them?
They've been amazing. They've been supporting me since the beginning of me touring, and all the shows with them have just been so incredible.
Awesome. Yeah. So, do you think there's any chance that there'd be a potential collab with Arm & Hammer coming up?
I was actually thinking about that the other day. I feel like that'd be really sick. I love what they make. Those guys are just like the best.
They're awesome, yeah. So maybe. So when you're on tour, do you have like a comfort food or comfort restaurant that you kind of fall back on if you need like a solid meal?
It's not a solid meal, but I love acai bowls. I had one this morning, so that.
Okay, awesome. All right, so we got your set in Portland, like we mentioned a couple weeks ago. We also just saw your set here, and the graphics, the visuals are very tightly tied in with Star City, your EP, and they're just great visuals.
Thank you.
So, what was there like a certain story or a city that kind of inspired that visual kind of graphic storyline?
Yeah, well, for me, I've always loved stars. That's like a big thing that's been part of my brand and my universe. So with Star City, I wanted to kind of create this world that Nostalgix lives in, and where all the fans, all the music lives. So like that's where all the visuals come from, and it's something that I'm going to continue expanding on. But the EP Star City was like the first taste of me as an artist, my visuals, and I think everything really just coming together in a very cohesive and artistic way.
Yeah. So in that vein, is there any thoughts so far of a full-length album, and would you consider it like an extension of Star City?
Well, I would love to. I would absolutely love to make an album, but it's something that I wouldn't want to rush, so I definitely think it's something that I want to take my time with. Right now, I want to definitely make a lot of singles and just have fun with it, because I did put out the EP, but album is definitely in the future. That is something I really, really want to dig into.
Awesome, yeah. Can't wait for it. So what drew you to kind of your genre of bass house music specifically, and from your perspective, like how have you seen it change since then, the genre?
Well, I fell in love with bass house in 2017. I saw Dr. Fresh performing in Vancouver at Life in Color, and it was my first time hearing the sound, and I was just obsessed with it. I went home, I'm like, I need to learn how to make this. Like, what is this? I just became obsessed with it, and I wanted to know everything about the genre. So I think from then to now, it's just been me like finding myself within the sound and like creating my own space with what's already been created.
Okay, awesome. So then you just got back from Japan and Korea. So how was that? Was it your first visit there? And how did it compare to your expectations?
So I'd already been to Tokyo for a couple of days before, but this time around I went to Tokyo and Korea for the first time. And first of all, beautiful, beautiful places. Culture there is just so beautiful. But the shows there were they blew my expectations out of the water. All 3 shows went so amazing. I met so many amazing people, and I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, I've never been. I want to go really bad.
Definitely very jet lag right now, because I literally got in from Korea yesterday and came straight to the festival. So
yeah.
She's still standing.
Yeah. All right, so last question. You've changed your hair a few times throughout your career. It's been this kind of iconic orange color for a while. 2 questions. Was there anything specific that inspired this particular color? And then are there thoughts on when and a different color? What would be the next one?
Good question. I'm someone that when I have an idea, I have to do it, or else I will be upset at myself. So I had the idea of orange. I thought it was slightly crazy because who would dye their hair orange?
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I have to do it. I was kind of terrified of something. It might look awful, but I did it, and it's my favorite thing ever. So it's definitely staying for a while, but I will change it one day.
Okay. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right, well, that's all we have for you. Thanks so much for sitting down with us, and it's been a pleasure.